One of the many advantages of a custom-built Vexus boat is the fact that you get a trailer that is built specifically for that boat by the Vexus team. I'm going to take you through the plant today and show you exactly how those trailers are built. The first thing that happens in the manufacturing process is we bring our steel into the plant. When we bring the steel into the plant, we have to run it through a shot blaster, which is behind me, and that will clean the steel up, get it free of any kind of oil or mill scale on it. We have to do that before we start the process. And so we bring the steel in, we run it through this shot blaster, and then we start building the small parts for the trailer. And that is one advantage of custom building a trailer specifically for your boat, that we can build the cross members, the upright brackets, all the different components that are needed for that particular trailer. One of the first things we do is we bend the cross members. You can see behind me that we've already cleaned the material, we've got it pre-cut, and it's cut specifically for the trailer itself. We're going to take that cross member out of the rack and load it into our bending machine. So keep in mind that this cross member is being bent specifically for the trailer in question. And you'll note that we're marking this cross member, and then we're going to set it in this hydraulic press and bend that specifically to the angle that is needed for that boat. So after we bend the cross member, note that this is a bent piece instead of a piece that is cut and welded back together to get the proper angle. And these are specifically bent for the trailer that we are building. And that trailer is custom built to fit your Vexus boat. The next thing we're going to do is weld the upright brackets on, and these are the brackets that will hold the bunk boards. You can see that these are different sizes for different boats, and this is done specifically for a proper fit from the bottom of your boat to the trailer bunks. Once the cross member is complete and the upright brackets are welded to the cross member, we're going to load that onto a cart, and all these sub-assemblies are going to go to the line where the trailer frame is being welded. There are several sub-assemblies that are made prior to the trailer frame being welded together, and one being the cross members that we just spoke about. But another thing is we build the winch stands, the steps that go on the trailer as well. We'll take a look at how that's manufactured, but keep in mind that the same custom craftsmen that are building the boat are building your trailer every day. The next step in the manufacturing process is to bend the side rail, which is the main frame of the trailer. And each one of these are custom built for that specific trailer that we're building. So that's what he's doing behind me. He has cut the side rail, he's drilled the holes in it, and now he's going to use the hydraulic press to put that bend in it. So after the sub-assemblies are built and the main trailer frame has been bent to shape, we're going to put it on this fixture behind me, where we're going to jig it up and make sure everything is square and make sure everything is properly fit. Then we're going to weld it all up. And that's what he's doing here behind me, is he's taking those pieces that we've built in sub-assembly areas, brought them to the line, and he's welding those together. One of the advantages to a Vexus custom trailer is the fact that we use C-channel. And the C-channel obviously gives you a very strong structure, as opposed to a tubing frame trailer, which could rust from the inside. The C-channel cannot do that. The water that hits here will just shed off, and obviously you're not going to get the rust on the inside. Another thing that we do is we build in pivoting tongues to all of our trailers. So this allows you to swing this tongue. If you're in a space, a confined space such as a garage, you can swing that tongue back and give yourself more space. Inside of our channel frame trailers, we weld a piece of conduit the length of the trailer, and that allows the wires a place to run. That's a chase for the wires, and that will protect them over the long term. Most other manufacturers will just tack up a washer or something ever so often, and that wire is not protected. The length of the trailer is the key here. You have to have wires protected inside this chase, the entire length of the trailer, to protect them over the long term. So depending on the trailer configuration, we weld steps on the trailer, and we also weld the brackets for the axles and other components, and that's what he's doing here behind me. So after this stage of the process is complete, this trailer is ready to go to paint. So what we're doing behind me is we're preparing the fender boards and the bunk boards for carpet. So we'll bring those out, cut them to length, and carpet them, and get those sub-assemblies ready to go onto the trailer at a later time. Once all the sub-assemblies have been built and the trailer frame has been welded together, we're ready for paint. And the first step in this process is to put an epoxy primer on the trailer frame itself. Now we're going to end up with a polyurea UV stable protective coating on the outside, but the very first thing to do is to put an epoxy primer on that material to help with the longevity over time. The next step in the manufacturing process is to coat the trailer frame with a UV stable polyurea material. We do that to every trailer, every steel trailer that we build. And you can see at this point, the entire frame has been welded up. We've got the bracket for the spare tire. We've got the bracket for the jack. We have all the different components welded to this trailer frame, and we're going to pull it in this booth behind me. We use a UV stable polyurea, and we coat every square inch of this with a minimum of 20 mils. We put extra material on the front side of the cross members to protect from road hazards and different rock chips, things like that along the way. So as you can see, we spend a lot of time focusing on the finish of the trailer, and after that's done, then we'll start the assembly process. We've welded it, we've painted it, we've put the polyurea on it, and now we're ready to start assembling the different parts and pieces that it takes to make this trailer complete. What we're doing now is installing the galvanized bunk brackets. Keep in mind that those are being attached to the custom cross members that we built for this specific trailer. You can see that we're running the wires through the conduit as we talked about before. And this particular trailer behind me is for a glass Vexus boat, a fiberglass boat. You can see that we've got tandem axles on this specific trailer, and every one of the axles that are touching the ground are going to have brakes on. They're hydraulic surge disc brakes, and you can see that we install these right here. These come as an assembly to us, and we install them on the trailer. We've also got parking brake on this particular trailer. So this is the parking brake here. There's brackets welded onto the trailer frame for that. The cabling runs nice and neat back here to the axles. Custom painted badging on all the trailers. This badging will match the boat. Got a built-in bracket for your belly spare, a welded on winch stand. This is a welded on bracket for your jack, and then obviously the swing away tongue that we talked about before. So this trailer is starting to come together at this point. We're going to put the fenders on it, we're going to put the bunk boards on it and start making this thing look more like a trailer. This particular trailer is for an aluminum ABX model. As you can see that we've got standard boat buckles here in the back, tie your boat to your trailer, LED tail lights and marker lights. Another thing that we do is this custom reflex material. You can see that this provides a step into the boat, custom Vexus logo in that. All of these rings are custom painted to match the boat. The fender is custom painted to match the boat. You can also see here we've got a custom Vexus wheel, so that's standard on all these models. As you move your way up, again, the belly spare bracket and spare tire and wheel. We've got our side mount jack here, and then winch stand and swing tongue. Every trailer that we build for our fiberglass product comes standard with fiberglass fenders that match your boat. That's what we're installing here. We've actually built this fender with our infusion process over at the main plant and brought it over to this plant and installed it here on the trailer. Keep in mind that we're building a lot of components that are specific for this trailer that match the boat. Another thing that we're real proud of here is the fact that we have developed this plant and designed this plant to be maximum efficiency. And that's really what we set out to do, is build a space where we had everything that we needed right where we needed it. You can see behind me that we've got overhead tracks that move all of our material from one side of the plant to the other. So we're trying to eliminate as much moving back and forth and hand moving as we possibly can. So this thing has obviously been designed specifically for building Vexus boat trailers, and we're very proud of that fact. I want to thank you again for tagging along with us today as we walk through our Vexus boat trailer manufacturing facility. We're very proud of this facility, and it's built for maximum efficiency and building a high quality product. As always, if you have any more questions, visit us at www.vexusboats.com.